Welcome. In this video, I am tier ranking your fall faves. When I say you, it's if you happen to participate in the fall faves voting on cardboard. Right this second, we have a Spooktacular voting up. So if you want to vote for the spookiest games, or even nominate them via list, go check out the link below. But for this was voting taken over the last couple of weeks. You nominated your fall favorite games, and I am going to unfairly, subjectively tier rank every single one of the winners. When it's a winner, basically what it means is it received positive votes. You can upvote or downvote items. If it had positive votes above a 50% acceptance rate, it is now here in this list. And even more important, it now has the Fall Faves tag for future generations of cardboard members to go and reference. We'll probably do a vote again next year because, of course, there's always new games. This is also the very first one, so hopefully we get some better participation as we go along, and hopefully the Spooktacular one eclipses it in the number of participants and votes. So now what we're going to do, you can actually go do this right now as well. If you want to tier rank the Fall Faves, that would be pretty cool to have a few different tier rankings of this just to compare. But go over here to filters, tags. We're going to go fall fave, and this will bring in all of the fall fave games. Oh, we do want to include expansions in case there's any expansions in there. I don't think there was that made the cut. But here we go. We're going to add them in, and through the magic of editing, I'm going to speed this up for you. I probably should have had an add all button, but let's go. All right, and here we are. We are going to just start tier ranking them. I'm going to go in no particular order. However, they popped up in here. And like I said, the criteria is their worthiness of being a fall fave, first and foremost. And I'm going to unfairly subjectively bump them up and down based upon how much I like them. Many games I have not played, so we'll see how this works out. Above and Below is the very first one. Appropriately, it is a game that I just reviewed. Nobody watched that review because I'm probably months late. It goes back to the old FOMO cells. And Above and Below Haunted, I really, really enjoy. I currently have it rated at a 9. So it would clearly be an S tier game. However, is it fallsy? So the fall part, I'm guessing, is the ghosts that haunt the houses. It is a relatively big, I mean, it's the biggest adjustment from the original Above and Below. It's a take that with some, I don't know, benefits for getting, the ghost given to you. It's a really fun mechanism. However, how fallsy is it? I think it's going to bump it down to an A tier for me just because. Root, I nominated because there was a fall map for Root. I love Root. It's an S tier game. Clearly one of my absolute favorite games of all time, probably in the top 3. So it's an S tier game. However, does one map make it a fall fave? Probably not. Let's bump it down. It probably has even less to do with the fall, but it's got that vibe. I don't know. I like Root, so we're going to throw it in A. Barcelona has nothing to do with fall. It's got some colors. I nominated this one as well, just because of the fall colors. I love it. It's got a really interesting worker placement mechanism where you place on a grid and activate the different axes that you happen to be on. There's even a diagonal axis that you can place on. You're building buildings on that same exact grid. It's great. I love everything Danny Garcia does. So for me, this is like an A tier game, just naturally. But how fallsy is it? I'm going to drop it down here. All right, so Harvest. Harvest is the #1 game on this list. And it's #1 because it received the most positive votes by far. You're harvesting goods. Of course, it's a fall favorite. It is deceptively crunchy relative to the art style. It's something that you can bring people in to the heavier end. I mean, it's not a heavy game, but it's like an entry. It's a gateway drug to doing heavier drugs. I mean, games. Worker placement. There's a personal board that you're actually planting and harvesting crops from. There's asymmetric powers. A lot of the things I love about games exist in Harvest, and it's got an aesthetic that allows me to get many people to the table that would otherwise maybe not want to play something this heavy. So that's why I love it, and it's clearly an S tier game. Indian Summer is interesting. I don't know anything about it, but it's got a fall leaf on it, so it's at least a C. Indian Summer players embark on a delightful hike through the vibrant New England forest, basking in the warm glow of autumn's last embrace. Okay, it mentions autumn there. It's got a bump up 1 from C, so we're at least at a B. Each turn, players lay colorful leaf tiles on their personal woodland boards. Okay, well, let's see how it matches with me. This is going to be determined if it becomes an A or a B. Let's see, we'll call it above a 70% match. We will put it in the A column because it's sitting at B right now. Let's see. No, 50% match. Interaction's a little light for my tastes. Immersion, luck factor's a little low. However, I don't mind low luck games. Strategic depth is probably the most important part in a game for me. So that's pretty good, but it's just low in basically all categories. Probably just a relatively light game. So for that, my total subjective take, it's only getting a B tier here. Next up, Defenders of the Wild, S tier game. I love it. Totally underappreciated. If you want to get somebody into, and this is actually a kind of same category as Harvest, but a gateway to a different type of game, something like a Spirit Island, cascading failure, asymmetric powers. In this case, it softens the blow a little bit with cute woodland creatures. The card play is certainly easier than something like Spirit Island, but you are, working with other partners or yourself in solo, fighting against this invading mechanical force into the forest. It is a crunchy puzzle. It is fun. I believe there is an expansion coming, which it absolutely should. I want more asymmetry in this game. It definitely has a bit of a fall vibe, as you can see on that title. Core of Discovery is something I'm playing right now, and I think it has a huge potential for being a high-ranking game for me. With that said, how fallsy is it? I'm guessing it's going to land into an A tier based upon my play, not that fallsy. So we're going to give it a B tier, although it might make the Spooktacular list a little bit higher next month. Voting only 15 days from now, by the way, probably 14 or 13 days when you actually see this. Arkham Horror, it's similar. I have never played Arkham Horror. I've played many times Marvel Champions. That's my living card game of choice. I think I would like this, but I do not want to fall down this rabbit hole. For that, I'm dropping it in C tier fall game. Three Sisters, the only real fall thing here, because there's a lot of flowers in it, it's more of like spring summer game. It's this pumpkin. I love it. It is a crunchy roll and write. If you like crunchy roll and writes in the vein of French Quarter in Motorworks, is it Motorworks? Yeah, Motor City. In the vein of, oh gosh, what is it? Let's see. Roll and write. Fleet the Dice game. Probably maybe my second favorite roll and write, next to maybe Dinosaur Island, Roar and Write. By the way, I'd have to that's another video. Regardless, in that vein, go try Three Sisters. It's spectacular. So for that, it's getting, I don't feel very fallsy with it. However, there's definitely adjacency. The cover's there. It's probably an S tier roll and write. It probably deserves an A on this list of games based upon my enjoyment, but I'm going to knock it a little bit to B tier. Final Girl, more of a Spooktacular fix. This is definitely going to be an A tier on the Spooktacular tier ranking here. Solo, hard as hell game. So many different modules, mix and match modules, an incredible system if you like getting the crap kicked out of you. For this here, I'm going to save my ultimate praise for the Spooktacular list. Evenfall, I've never played this game, although we're going to base my tier ranking on my match percent. Let's see. All right, here we go. If it's above an 80, well, here, first of all, and Evenfall players take on the roles of powerful witches. Okay, that's a plus. Navigating a world in turmoil. That is nothing to do with fall. Each round, you engage in a series of phases where you scout for valuable resources, strategize your actions, and battle control over mystical powers. And okay, so it's like witches, right? But it says fall in the name, and that's a pretty fallsy cover. Okay, so it's we'll call it a B tier right now. Let's go. Let's look at my match. Ooh, 74%. This is interesting. Maybe I need to look at this game here. It's got a 8 average here. It's divided. Percentage of scores above 7.5 is only 50% right now, but it's got a relatively high match score for myself. I need to check this thing out. For that alone, because I love the match score on this platform, we're going to give it an A. Harmonies. Oh, my relationship with Harmonies is constantly changing. I recently had a really good playthrough with Harmonies. I just hate when people rush the end. That's all. I like to build up. I like ultimate efficiency. I like to extend my time. But when people rush the end and it screws you where you're working on cards that need a lot of verticality, and you have a bunch of unfinished stuff, I guess that's part of the game, is assessing where everyone else is going, which kind of gives it some kind of pseudo interaction there. It just kind of drives me insane. I think it's an incredible game minus the end condition. Does it have anything to do with fall? I guess it's a cozy fall game, right? Like it's it's nature, fall, which is fall adjacent. For many of you, it's probably an S tier game. For me, it's naturally a B tier game. I'm docking it one more because it's not very fall. Septum Spectacular. This is going to be an S tier Spooktacular game for me. You're in the woods collecting resources. It's Mind Clash Light. This is another incredibly underappreciated game, a la Defenders of the Wild. It's got really fun action selection around cards and matching selection with somebody else. There's kind of a weird witch trial mechanism that happens off to the side, but I've come to really like it. Production is absolutely incredible for that. It is an A tier. Everdell is definitely a fall game. It's say what you will about it, best tier, it's probably an S tier game. It's responsible for many people being in this hobby. It's not full fall, but it is fall adjacent, so we're going to stick it with A. Horrified. If your assessment of fall is spooky, yes. I've never played it. C tier. Parks definitely has a fall vibe. It certainly has an outdoor vibe. I did a little kind of mini review in a camping video I did. Go check that out. Not many people watch that, but I really enjoyed that video. Parks is a great game. Some people don't like it. I just really enjoy it. I do want to try the new version of it for a fall game. I'm just going to say S tier, whatever. Spires In, I've never played. I want to play. This is sitting on, it's been on like my trade list forever. I've never been able to make a trade happen. I think it has fall vibes. I think it does. And that solo story driven cozy as weather starts to get cold. This feels like an S tier game. It's S tier based upon only my enjoyment. Talking about vibes, I mean, Stardew Valley in general as a game, not board game, but as a game is incredible. Board game's pretty darn good. If I were to say, like, does Stardew Valley have some fall vibes? Depends on what season you're in, first and foremost. So that alone drops it down. From like a board game perspective, it's not an S tier game. So we're going to drop that down here. I do have to play it more, though. Did I just drop it down too? Yeah, maybe we're at a B tier fall game. Cozy vibes. We're going to stick there because my ratings don't matter. Witchcraft is a spectacular game. It's a really great punishing solo game. It's probably in kind of like an A to B tier for me in general. As far as fallsy vibes, definitely fits more in the Halloween theme, but it is definitely fall adjacent. We're going to put that in a B tier. This was a really high rank game. By the way, you can go right now and see all the community fall faves and how those all shook out. I don't want to go through that and waste time here. Tiny Towns, cozy vibes, not really fall vibes. If I was talking about a cozy game, a really great kind of introductory game for people, that would be S tier. For fall vibes, it's just not. Beer and Bread feels like fall vibes. I've never played this thing before. I think this one barely made it, so we're gonna drop it down to C tier. Let's check if I match with Beer and Bread. Well, we might give it a bump. Ooh, this is an average of 6.9, 50% cardboardometer. Let's check my match. I don't know. Beer and Bread are two of the things that are just great joys. Although I don't drink as much beer as I used to when I was in the craft beer phase, but they're two pretty awesome things. How do they not go well in a game? I don't know. Ooh, 67%. That is not enough. Low luck, medium rules overhead, all things I like. Medium complexity, it's strategic depth is up there at 7.5. So we're sticking C tier. Horrified. You know what? I think the American monsters are better than Universal, so B tier. Done. Vagrantsong, it's a spooky game. It's not a fall game. You know what? I own it. I need to play it more. It might be an A tier game, but we're going to give it a B. Ultimate Werewolf, ultimate party game here. Not very fallsy, definitely spooky. My family didn't like it that much, although I've been looking for it. We lost it. I have no idea where it went. I feel like we were playing it wrong. It's C tier for me. I'd like it to go up more. Boop. This is another one. It's got a little quilty board. I have no idea what exactly Boop is, other than it looks like it's a little like a cat placement game, I think. Yeah, it's got these little cute cats on a quilty grid. My wife would love it. I bet it's too light for me. Let's see. I play most things at 2 players, so this might be a win. I don't know why I haven't gotten this for my wife. Oh, 26%. Yeah, it's high interaction. That's kind of interesting. I might like that. Strategic depth is relatively high. Welcome to Boop, a whimsical game where adorable chaos of kittens comes to life. Set on a cozy quilted bed, players take turns strategically placing their kittens, each accompanied by a delightful boop sound. What? You have to say boop. Line up 3 kittens to graduate them into cats. Oh, okay. All right. Maybe I should play it before Spooktacular. We're going to keep it on B tier creature comforts. I mean, that is fall vibes. I believe this is worker placement. This has been on my want list for a while. This is a perfect example of games that were hyped and then just kind of fall out of favor because of the next greatest thing. In fact, one of the reasons why I created this platform are to find more games like this, to make sure we continue to get people to try out things like Defenders of the Wild as well, Septum, creature comforts, or at least those are all games where I just kind of feel like, they just very easily fall out of favor for the new thing. I know people really like creature comforts. I'm going to put that as an S tier. It's got a lot of fall vibes. Although, how do I place creature comforts above Everdell? I'll go back on what I just said. It's an A tier. Fall of the Mountain King says fall. I like Fall of the Mountain King. It's another one. Totally hyped. The YouTubers hyped it and sold it to me, and then nobody ever talked about it again. What's happening here? I've got the Kickstarter version. I like it. So, but does it have anything to do with fall? No. Grindhouse. I have no idea what this is. This is probably going to be a Spooktacular. But I've never even heard about it. Is it like related to the movie? That's 2020. Surprised I hadn't heard about this. Well, no one's rated it here. And I haven't even processed it yet. It has expansions. Welcome to the Destruct O Dome, where steam-powered robots called Steam Jacks engage in a ruthless sport of grind. Oh, this is not the movie. It'd be cool if there was what was those, like 90s or early 2000 Grindhouse movies that were just nuts. I'm keeping a D tier. Harrow County. There's another one that just kind of got forgotten. It's definitely got that fall harvest vibes. I'm going to drop it in S tier for us. It's got, the little gimmick of the rolling out the top of the box, or I guess out the front of the box, and from the same publisher as the one I have high hopes for that is already on this list. I'm already losing it. Oh yeah. Core of Discovery. Okay. It's got a pumpkin. Pumpkin Problem. Holiday Hijinks number 3. Pumpkin Problem. I have no idea what this is. Nor do I want to waste your time and figure it out. Stranger Things. S tier show, although the last couple seasons I've started to fall out of favor. I'll watch the last season, of course. I would play this game, but how fallsy is it? Maybe it's more spooky. We're going to keep it in the middle with B tier. T-Witches I have had in my hand at Barnes & Noble recently, in my cart, but it just hasn't gotten enough buzz for me to actually spend my hard-earned money on it. It certainly has the, I think it's probably the same. Here, let's check. I think it's the same artist as Flamecraft. Artist is Sandra Tang. Let's see what she's done. Critter Kitchen, Flamecraft. Yep. Yeah. Flamecraft Duels. That's another one that I'm kind of interested in when I looked at the differences of it from regular Flamecraft. Flamecraft, I think, gets a bad rap here. But, anyways, where was I? Where did I even put it? Oh, T-Witches. Maybe the Spooktacular gets a better grade here. Maybe I need to go play it, but it seems interesting and heavier than you would expect based upon the art. I say that. Let's check. Rules overhead's only a 5.8. Complexity is 6.1. Depth. I mean, this is a type of game that I hope is good because I could highly likely get it to the table with my wife. So that's why I keep looking at it, because I need those games that aren't like, science fiction or horror or something that she's just never going to like and maybe has a little bite to them. That looks like maybe it's a little lighter than I'd like. The Hunger, if you like Clank, you like Dracula, play The Hunger. I think it's a really good game. Another one of those games that just kind of gets lost in the shuffle forever, gets hype out of the gates, and then no one really ever plays it again. I like it a lot. It's probably a B tier game, frankly. Its fall worthiness maybe bumps it up a little bit to an A tier here, and that's it. That is the list. We're going to go ahead and publish this list here. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and publish it, save it, and we are published. I rank your fall faves. You can go to Cardboard right now and go check this list out for yourself. You can go and create your own tier rank list. Even more important, as you log in here, you can go to Spooktacular here. You can also access it here in our Get Involved area and go and vote on games right now. Witchcraft is currently in the lead with a +3 votes. You can also go and create your own lists. Once you do, it doesn't matter how many games you have on there. If you just want one to nominate on the list, doesn't matter whatsoever. Just go do it. If once you click on that, it already has a Spooktacular tag in there. So anything that you put on those lists will actually go onto the list. Go and vote. We've got 14 days to create the most spooky list of board games of all time. Make your voice heard. And if you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming with me on this journey here. My passion right this second is to create the greatest board game community of all time. And I am in the midst of tons of additions and bug fixing and all that stuff. And if you want to have a part in that process and you believe that we can build a better platform that helps you find games that you love in particular, rather than what I say you should like, or other YouTubers, or the FOMO, or Kickstarter, or whatever it might be. And if you want to connect with like-minded people, I enable all of that based upon your preferences in Cardboard, along with all kinds of other stuff. Right now is the best time ever to influence what this platform is actually going to be, because I am in the thick of it. I am grinding every single day to try to make this dream come true. If you're one of the few people that started out with me here and have been giving me constant feedback, it's huge to me. This is my dream, and to see other people try to help me with my dream is really, really cool. And it's, you know, the community is incredibly small. You know, we're very, very small. BGG is 4 million people. This is a small, tight-knit community that you would be jumping into. But if that vision sounds good, come and join us. You know, the links are down in the description. Also join the Discord as well. That's the best place for us to kind of talk about what the app is going to be here in the future, and so you can have influence on that. Have a great day.